So you might ask me, oh well, what does a menstrual coach do? Menstrual. You know,
like
menstruation
of the month.
Okay, replay. I am a menstrual coach, or otherwise I deal with menstruation and women who don't know about it. And you might think, well, we are women, we all know about it, but actually no, I didn't know. I wasn't handed over neither by my mom.
Just a louder voice, please.
Maybe I stand, so
Okay,
I find it
better.
easier.
Thanks.
So I didn't have any handover from my mom or my grandma or any female family members, and I only came across this kind of issue in my 40s. And what happened was that when I found out because of necessity, it really changed my life. And so I decided that I have to do something about it. And it's kind of fortunate I can talk about after Patty, because she mentioned different words that I think are really key words for a woman, and especially a woman who is aware about menstruation. Now, what does it have to do with time management? Well, everything, because we have been living in this world for thousands of years under patriarchy, meaning that men kind of set the rules. So men don't menstruate, so they don't really know what menstruation feels and what it is and all the rest of it. Plus, they are convinced that we live in a linear world. Actually, we don't. And science is proving that, but I'm not here to talk about science. Especially being a woman, we cycle. Not just every month with our body, but it affects us, our emotions, our psychic, and our spirit. So obviously this is going to impact with time management. So for instance, because you mentioned January, when everybody goes in a frenzy, because you have to have the goal list and all the rest of it, it's actually, especially for women, not the best time of the year to set goals. And I want to, because I have a little time, I'm going to give you this template, very short and very precise and practical, so that you can expand on it, talk to me afterwards or ask questions, so I can leave you in a few minutes with something. Our cycle that happens to us every month, actually more than saying it happened to us, I would say it happened for us every month. Is actually similar or comparable to the year. In a year we experience 4 seasons, okay? And in 4 seasons we do think, feel, plan different things, and so is for our monthly cycle. So let's start with the first season being in spring, okay? We know all the energy of spring, and it's comparable to the ovulatory phase, which is the first week when we stop bleeding. So that first week is pre-ovulatory, or is comparable to spring. And so in that week, as a woman, we experience everything that we experience in the long run during a year in spring. So lots of energy, lots of enthusiasm, we have lots of ideas, we start many things. The second week is the ovulatory week, which is comparable to summer. So in summer, we are very social. We do all sorts of things. We go on holiday. We share things. We network. We celebrate. We have parties. We get married. We do all sorts of things. So in that week, we are going to achieve a lot. The third week is premenstrual week, which is comparable to autumn. So what happens in autumn? Oh, we start feeling a bit moody because it's getting chillier. And the leaves are falling. And yes, they're full of colors, but it's the the harbinger of winter. We don't like winter. So we tend to kind of start looking and review our stuff. That's the energy we go through. And then in the last week, which is our menstrual week, when we happily or unhappily bleed, is comparable to winter. And which energy we do experience in winter? We want to stay at home with our family or our pets in front of the fire, have a hot chocolate or a hot drink or maybe a whiskey, hot toddy, whatever it is your habit. But we don't tend to socialize like in summer. So in a very short period of time, which is only a month, day plus 1 day or 2 days or whatever. Why? Because we're all different as women and as individuals. We experience a world of 4 different energy. Don't you think that these 4 different energy, and nobody talks about, or maybe now few people start timidly saying something about, would impact and affect our time management? That actually we are finding out now is energy management? Yes, because we go through different energies. Being a woman, it's a hell of a ride.
True.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said.
And so, for our businesses, for our networking, for our intimate relationship, for anything we do, we plan, we think, we dream, this is going to affect us tremendously. Because there's an impact physically, because we feel different things, we have more or less energy, etc. We have different emotions. And the emotions, they are possibly controlled by our hormones, but hormones are actually divine messengers. They're not our enemies. So to get to embrace them in the different weeks or different seasons or different stages of our cycle is so important. And so if you want to go higher, like Fatih was saying, oh, our value is important. I changed my life, many things in my life because my value were a certain thing. So I decided to discard certain stuff and privilege others. Then I have a plan, I have a vision. And it's the same with our cycle. If we are conscious of it, it can help us. And then we have this review every month. And then if you want to spend a bit further in every season, we have, I mean, the real season, you know, the real months of the year, then we pay attention to that energy. So January is actually winter. We should actually be under the duvet. So it's much better in winter because during menstruation our psyche becomes very permeable. So the conscious and unconscious, they start talking, become friends. We should really dream, sleep, rest, and nurture ourselves. And then when the spring starts approaching, like mid-February, beginning of March, when the daffodils start shooting, you know, it's actually the right time when we naturally will start feeling, actually I want to restart that program because actually I think it's very good. So we should possibly, it's an idea, it's not impossible, follow the time of the year and combining our menstrual awareness to be able to have better time management or energy management and have a happier life. Is it 5 minutes?
Yes.
Thank you.